Minute answer drills are quick quizzes of conceptual content. If you're looking for a particular question in this set, watch the bottom left-hand side of the screen. We're going to take them from the beginning. Let's look. Aggregate planning can be thought of as what kind of capacity planning? That would be medium term. Aggregate planning is capacity planning in essence, but it is medium term or intermediate term capacity planning. Okay, next question. The process of translating an aggregated value into individual estimates corresponding to specific products is referred to as what? That is disaggregation. Breaking down an aggregate value into specifics is disaggregation. It is taking the aggregation apart. Okay, next question. What is an aggregate planning approach that relies on adjusting capacity to reflect current demand? That is known as chase demand. If you keep adjusting your capacity to reflect fluctuating demand, we say that you're following a chase demand strategy. You're chasing demand. Okay, next question. Largely idle capacity maintained beyond expected load level of a system, often to absorb, the keyword there, unexpected demand is described as what? That is a description of a capacity cushion, right? Think cushioning to absorb. That's basically where the term comes from. Next question. What type of inventory has a parent and at least one child item? That is a symptom, those two things being true at the same time, of work in process, or WIP as it's commonly known. If you're looking at a product structure diagram and a particular item has a parent, right, it goes into something and it also has children, meaning that there are things that are required to make it, that is indicating that it itself is work in process. Okay. What type of inventory is childless? That would be raw materials. By definition, raw materials are inventory that you bring into the system from the outside, so they're where you start, whatever it is that you do. That means on your product structure diagram, they don't have any children. There's nothing that goes into them, so to speak. Okay. Finished goods always appear at what level of the product structure diagram? Level 0. Finished goods are level 0 items. Level 0 is always the top of a product structure diagram, and that's where the finished good will be located. Okay, got it. Next question. If a product structure diagram has 5 levels, what is the number of its lowest level? That would be level 4. Why? Because remember, the top level is always level 0. Then you start counting, moving down. So if there's 5 levels, it will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. The lowest level will be 4. Okay, next question. When performing MRP calculations, the planned order releases of an item are incorporated into the gross requirements of any child item multiplied by what? The number of child item required to produce one parent. That's MRP logic, right? The parent's planned order releases are passed down to the gross requirements of the child's record because you're making arrangements to produce the parent, but during that transfer you do want to multiply by the number of the child item that's actually needed to produce the parent. Okay, next question. A scheduling approach that recognizes capacity constraints is described as what? Finite loading. Finite means limited. So if a particular technique is recognizing capacity constraints, it's developing a schedule that is only loading within the limits. What is a strategic information system that integrates all functional areas of an organization? That is ERP, or Enterprise Resource Planning. An ERP system integrates data tables from all functions of the organization so that people can plan across those functions. Okay. Last question. Are level production strategies, level ones, associated with lower or higher utilization of resources when compared to other approaches? Higher. Definitely higher. Remember that a level schedule, you deliberately produce the same amount each period? Okay, since you've made the decision to do that, what you are then able to do is basically size your system so that it's just perfect for that amount, which means that we would expect that that would be and yield very high utilization.